I want to sing a song for you. I was thinking last time we were together that every person in the whole world is different from everybody else, and yet we can still love each other because the most important things about us are inside of us. So even if we look different and sound different and smell different on the outside, we're all human beings and have our human thoughts and feelings inside. It's you I like. It's not the things you wear.
I'd like to start out this by kind of giving a lot of our new listeners, who people maybe not be familiar with Mariner, and introduce them to what this band all was. A little preface here is the fact that Mariner was the largest or the most popular band in the 80s in the Midwest. They were so strong, their manager touted them as the highest paid band without a recording contract.
And why is that, Mike?
Unfortunately, that was his job. No, I don't know if Dave's listening in today. In fact, I should have sent him an email. But anyways, we have them in here, and they started off by doing things that no other bands in the Metro Detroit area did, like toured the country as well as other countries, Japan. We'll get into that a little bit later. But I'd like to start off by just kind of doing the basic question, like, how did you guys get together? What happened? Tell us a little bit of story.
Hey, Mike, before we start, who's that guy with you?
And that's Angel Gomez. That's Angel Gomez in the house. He was the agent for this band for 10 years. Great guy. I know him personally very well.
How you been, Angel?
Angel.
Haven't seen you.
Good to see you. Thanks. Hi, everybody out there. Very cool. Okay, it's all yours, Mike.
Well,
Pat.
how about Pat? Okay. No, anyways, we got together in high school. Mike and I played over in 8th grade. We had a band together, and I moved over to Annapolis High School, and Bob and Gordy had a band going there. And one of our buddies, Jim, right here, we got him involved in it, and that was it. Me and Mike, Bob, Gordy, and Jim. That was 4th chapter. That was what was that?
1970. 10th grade.
Yeah, we were in 10th grade.
Wow, 4th chapter. Now, at that time, had you guys done any recordings at that time before you became Mariner or anything?
Well, you've got one.
Oh.
You've got the original done at Mutt Records.
Yeah, this was done at Mutt Records. How come our microphone sounds all tinny and yours is all...
Because he's the DJ.
I have the radio.
It has to sound better.
Typical musicians wanting more monitor. Give me more monitor. Okay, so tell me about, what do I have here? I've never heard this before.
Well, in high school, how did we hook up with...
It was Dave Atkins. He was like a minor country producer, singer back in the 60s, and actually he heard me playing some stuff and said he wanted to record me. You know, he was at Mutt Records as producing, and there were some guys from Motown that worked there too as engineers. And I said, well, I'm with this band, 4th Chapter. He goes, well, great, bring them down. We did an audition, and
Now tell them a little bit about Dave's home life.
Oh, Dave kind of did things himself. Didn't give his dog a hysterectomy.
Yeah, we'd walk by a bedroom, there'd be a dog upside down, and he decided to give it a hysterectomy in the bedroom.
So there's like fur all over the place.
Or his wife's prison brother, Con, that was there, that was all upset because we were practicing in the house, and
his name's Johnny Cash.
So basically, this is the guy who started your career.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's why we are where we are.
So tell me about this song. What do we hear? I've never heard this before.
Well,
what is this?
Play the second.
Which one is this?
This is the Hollies tune we redid because the first one's got us.
What you gonna do about it? Yeah, we remade this one, and.
But you got to remember, this is back in when 8-track tape, no digital, no MTV, no cell phones, no anything but bad tape and bad recording. So.
Here's a bad tape, bad recording from Mariner.
4th chapter.
4th chapter.
4th chapter. Well, indeed. 4th chapter here on WHFR. The pre-Mariner, exactly. The pre-Mariner experience here. We're setting it up. This first hour is going to be a little history lesson, so if you get your pens and pencils out, you'll be very interested to know where this stuff comes from. As a matter of fact, I just recently learned that you guys have worked with a lot of studios, movie studios, and have done a lot of things with your music of old. As a matter of fact, I think you have a little story about this next song that we're going to be playing.
Yeah, Jim.
Well, basically, a lot of the stuff that we recorded back in the day is now being put into film, TV. You're probably hearing it without knowing it on shows like Cold Case Files, all kinds of different stuff. But anyway, this next song that was done in '75.
Who's that old lady on the monitor?
Oh, that's Chuck.
Come on in, Charlie! Why don't you run that, Angel, while we help him in?
All right, so what
Anyway, this song is called Looking Glass, done in '75, and a lot of film and TV companies now want the original recordings from back in the day, and since we have so much of it, we're getting a lot of it scooped up left and right, so don't be surprised if you
Studio A or Studio B?
Charlie in the house.
What's the shirt with Studio A, Studio
Looking
B?
Glass on WHFR.FM, the station making waves.
There you go. Just like,
Hey,
How the hell did you get here so fast?
grab a chair from
How'd
outside.
you get her from Mountain 696?
We're back. All right, we're back. Oh, this is just too much fun. I mean, this is just too much fun. In fact, I think I'll open up your mics too for a second here. All right. Hi, this is Mike Banning, and I'm with Mariner, Jimmy Hennerly, Pat Mezza, Gordy Roding, Mike Smythe, Charlie Block, all in the house, all having fun. Boy, I'll tell you what, there's so much of a history, so much of a past in this band, and I know there's a lot of people calling. I see the phones ringing off the hook, and we haven't even given out the phone numbers yet. Maybe in the second hour we'll take a few, so hold your thoughts there. But a little history lesson here. The band obviously started in 1970 through 72. It was basically Jimmy, Pat, Bobby Okanowski, who, God rest his soul, is no longer with us.
4 years now.
He's been passed away for about 4 years. Lou Gehrig's disease, if I'm not mistaken. It's, well, of course I'm not mistaken. It was sad, and I'd like to say that Bobby was an integral part of all of the fun that you're going to be hearing about here shortly. But and then they added Mike Smythe into the band in '72, and Gordy has been a founding member. I didn't realize that. It was Mike Smythe. That lineup took you through the prime time, and that's when you guys started recording albums and getting on the tours and all that good stories and stuff like that. We got the quiet two over here, Gordy and Mike Smythe over there. It'd be kind of interesting. Later on we're going to find out what you're doing now, but let's talk a little bit about back then. Okay, Sweet Horizon, that was your first album at the time. It was on vinyl, of course, and I remember the press release on that stated it was on virgin vinyl. It wasn't, this was high quality stuff for your enjoyment, stuff like that.
That sounds like Dave Paget to me.
It was. So, why don't you tell me, like, how did that come about? That was, what year was that, as a matter of fact? What year was this recorded?
Well, that was in '80, but you got to remember between Four Chapter and Sweet Horizon, a lot of things happened. I mean, we had gotten real big, real fast, playing places like the Iron Mask in the studio. And when things started,
And the West Side Six.
when things started taking off, Dave Paget, who ended up managing us, came into the picture and actually straightened us up. Most bands back in those days were playing 5 45-minute sets, and we ended up going down to like 1 50-minute set because of Dave basically changing the rules in the city. But more interesting than that, there was a lot of insanity in between. Like we became members of the Church of Scientology.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that today.
For a little while, and
Speak for yourself.
yeah.
But are you clear?
Yo, I'm clear, all right. Stay clear. But,
Meatball!
You say swim. Watch out before you go 2 and 40.
but anyway, a lot of things happened in between there. But at some point in '79, we decided we had to start recording, and that was the first album.
We recorded at Nick's at Multitrack, right? Nick
Yeah.
Casano's place?
Yeah.
That was Sweet Horizon.
Yeah, and then Seduce recorded there. Remember they got all upset about, I don't know, something. But I remember Seduce being there. And,
We know that, huh?
Just remember they were upset.
yeah, that's right. They were upset.
Something
and,
you
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's hear something. Let's hear the title track. What's the song? Where did you?
I think this is actually the first one that I ever really wrote by myself. So
Really?
But this is obviously
It's
back
Horizon.
then.
My dad had a hard understanding about the girls' jeans part, so listen closely to that one.
Hey, so did I.
What does he mean by that?
I don't want to lose control here, Joe.
Today we got raw oyster stew. What you have?
Oyster stew?